Hello, everybody. Welcome back. And I am so glad to be back. Happy New Year. I missed you so much. I'm so glad to be back and doing a reading for you about what the new year has in store. I do have a couple of updates for you. For those of you who are new to me, hello, my name is Meredith. I'd love to welcome you here to the healing space. This is my heart-centered business called The Healing Hummingbird. And what I love to do is help healers, nurturers, and givers heal their grief, reclaim their power, and live their highest destiny. So I am here for you in this new year, and I am so excited to kick off a brand new year. It just feels very light and refreshing. I hope you're feeling that energy as well. I do have a couple of updates for you as far as what to expect for scheduling through the year. I just want to communicate clearly with you. So I think in order to hold more sacred space, not only for my own practice, but for my business, which is mainly one-on-one services, whether that's readings, healings, or clearings, I'm expecting to post maybe 2 to 3 full-length reading videos for you per month. One of those is going to be mini readings. So there is going to be an opportunity at least once a month to book a mini reading with me. But if you are really loving these tarot readings, this top-down view, but you're just not seeing the subject that you're wanting, please feel free to comment, let me know what you're wanting to see. Of course, like, subscribe, all of that, everything that you feel aligned to do, called to do, to support this venture, this business, this lovey-dovey spot of mine on the internet. But anyway, all of that was to say, if you are needing a more individualized or personalized experience as far as a reading goes, you can always book with me. You can book a one-on-one reading with me, or healing, clearing, whatever you are needing. I will leave the links to my website and also to my services down below. I am always available to connect with you one-on-one, and that really feeds my soul. So thank you so much for crossing paths with me. I'm so excited to celebrate another year with you. And of course, this week, Spirit wants to talk about not only just 2023, but what 2023 has in store for you. And they picked out hearts to signify the groups. So a great sign, loving that energy. So for group number 1, we have the element of crystal. And this is, I believe it's an Amazonite crystal. Puffy heart. For group number 2, we have this sweet wooden bowl that was gifted to me by a friend. And for group number 3, hopefully this chain isn't making too much noise, but we have the element of metal here with this necklace. And there's kind of 2 sides to this. So if you are needing to take a moment with these groups, please feel free to pause the video here to choose which group you are most aligned with. Otherwise, please feel free to click on the timestamp in the pinned comment and the description to fast forward to where your reading will begin. I'll see you there. All right, so let's get started with group number 1. If you chose this beautiful Amazonite crystal heart, let's see what 2023 has in store for you. I absolutely love to start with these big cards as like themes of what you are really looking at overall. Just kind of the energy that you're dealing with in this year. So let's go ahead and get into it. Prosperity number 3. As this tree grows so strong, so fine, so may I prosper from the universal divine. Amazing. The number 3 is also making me think of the Empress. So you might be working on tapping into your divine femininity, but overall a very fertile type of energy. So you're probably feeling very creative, very abundant. You're so magnetic this year as well. So remember that a lot of people are going to be drawn to you. So definitely important to hold sacred boundaries and kind of protect your energy and space. but with love and light. It's just kind of like a self-care type of thing. I feel like last year was probably a lot about planning for you. And this year, you're starting to see some of the fruits of your labor, and you're starting to lay down a very strong foundation, just a lot of stability and like a prosperous future. So that's incredible. All right. So I would love to take a look at what lessons you're leaving behind in 2022. So this will kind of clarify, or rather give me a lens to look at this theme through. So what lessons has group number one already integrated from the previous year? And my kitty cat Sweet Pea just snuggled up beside me. So you might have a furry friend that's important to you that is coming to say hello in your reading. All right, so we have doubt. I release the need to know all the answers. And imagination. I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. Okay, perfect. So that theme of creativity, I know we touched on that a little bit with the Empress energy here, but I am glad that I pulled these cards to kind of clarify where you're coming from, so we can see where you're going. So as I said, last year feels like a year of planning for you. But you could have come up against some kind of shadow elements in that. Maybe self-limiting beliefs like, can I really do that? Can I afford that? Is that even possible for me? Well, I don't know. And do I really want to spend time planning for something that I'm unsure of? It feels like you were able to face that doubt and work through it, because over here we have your imagination lit up and you're actually bringing that like a beautiful torch into this year, which is really going to pave the way for prosperity for you. So allow yourself to dream. You aren't being too unrealistic, whatever it is you're daydreaming about. You truly deserve it. And it looks like part of that is going to start coming in for you this year. Okay. Ooh, what an exciting group to start with. Okay, let's get some tarot on the table, get a better idea of the dynamic that you will be dealing with in the year. Again, this is very high level. It would take a long time to cover the entire year. So if you are wanting a full, detailed year ahead reading, that is something that I offer. So feel free to book a reading with me, dear soul. Okay. Oh, all right. Well, we can't take all of those, Spirit, but thank you. Maybe we'll take that one because it's stuck. Okay, and I'm feeling 4. Goodness, these cards are just flying across the table. Okay, one more for group number 1, please. And there it is. Okay. Oh, wow, you've got all these people. Interesting. Okay, so first out we have the Knight of Wands, followed by the Ace of Coins. Love to see that with your prosperity energy. We also have the Queen of Cups. I almost said coins. Queen of Cups. And then yet another person, the King of Wands. Interesting. So it seems like this year for you is prosperous, not only monetarily, because you have the Ace of Coins, which is just like a straight up offer. It's like a gift or a bonus. It's like a no strings attached money offer. The ace is like the purest form of the element of coins or pentacles. So I'm definitely seeing that for you, and it's highlighting the yellow over here for me as well. So definitely very abundant monetarily. I don't want to gloss over that, but all of these people here, that tells me that you're going to have a very prosperous personal, interpersonal life rather. So your relationships are doing really well this year. So maybe you have focused on um, connecting with like minded people, maybe even connecting with a partner. I'm seeing that here because we do have a king and queen. They are opposite suit, but sometimes that can really work out. It just kind of depends on the situation. But so I'm seeing you in these outer edge cards. So it looks like coming into the year, you're off the heels of 2022, you're kind of blazing in with the Knight of Wands. This is like a Sagittarius card. This is someone who's very enthusiastic, very passionate, excitable, very expressive. So it feels like you have really committed to whatever you've dreamed up for yourself. You're like, this year, I'm going to do it. This year, we're going to take a lot of action. And then by the time you finish out the year, you're over here in this mastery energy of the King of Wands. So, the Knight, let's see, how many steps are between that? It's like you're getting two separate upgrades. So it's like the Knight becomes the Queen, becomes the King. Okay. The King of Wands is just pure charisma, pure joy, someone very passionate, someone who loves very intensely with they offer everything every time. You know what I mean? This is someone who lives every day as if it is their last. But this person I would say is a bit more responsible and seasoned than the Knight. No shade to the Knight. I've definitely been in that energy before as well. It's just like very heightened over here. This is more balanced. So I'm seeing you bring in some divine balance for yourself by the time the year is over, which is wonderful because with a year of prosperity, you really want to be able to ground it and use it, right? You don't want to just blaze through it. So that's actually a really welcome sight that I'm seeing here. This Queen of Cups is quite different than the rest of the energies that I'm seeing here. I am going to get a clarifier. So why is the Queen of Cups in this reading? Could you clarify the Queen of Cups, please? And we have the Hierophant. Ooh, okay. There's definitely potential for divine union here. This could mean marriage. I'm just not for everybody, but if that is something that you are looking for, if that is something that you are wanting to manifest, I'm definitely seeing a divine counterpart coming in. The Hierophant is also connected to the season of Taurus and Venus. So, double love meaning here, but definitely. I think the season of Taurus might be significant for you. So I believe that's around May. So that could just be a clue as to where you might have an opportunity to meet someone. If you're ready, that's the key to all of this. This doubt is something that you've already left behind, but I think it's coming up in this reading just as a gentle reminder to leave it at the door, you know what I mean? Because you could walk right past this person if you are doubting your own potential, your own worthiness, which I mean, you are more than worthy, dear. I mean, you've got this incredibly magnetic, it's almost like sparkly golden energy for this year. This is like a golden year for you. It really is. You have the potential to kill it financially and find love. Someone that you can really have a structured, real relationship with. This is not a situationship. This is not a fling. This is someone who meets you where you are. So this Queen of Cups, they don't have to be feminine in the physical form, just like you don't need to be masculine in the physical form to match these energies. But the Queen of Cups would be someone who is maternal in nature, takes care of others, and is just incredibly emotionally intelligent, a very evolved being who is incredibly compassionate and intuitive as well. And I feel like that's very exciting for you. I feel like this is someone who is very different from whom you would typically go for with this knight. You might have sat in this energy for a while. So this is awesome. You're like evolving. 2 steps. So it's a pretty quick evolution for just 1 year, honestly. Okay, let's see what type of guidance and angels and ancestors will be around you for the year to help out. I'm also hearing that in these cards that we're about to draw, there can be some signs and synchronicities that might be able to give you checkpoints as the year progresses. So for group number 1, what type of guidance is around them for the year? For 2023, their year of prosperity. I mean, wow. In finance and relationships, we have first coming out, Father Sky, trust in the unknown. So an eagle may be significant for you this year. And I feel like there's one more. We have High Priestess, harness mystic power. So a cat, or even a black cat specifically, could all, and see we have these wings back here as well. Could be significant. And remember, I pointed out that my cat curled up on me right when I started pulling your cards, not when I set up the reading, not when I did the intro, when I started talking about you, group number 1, when I connected to you. Okay, let's make a little room here. Wonderful. So I feel like you are practicing manifesting, whether that's intentional or not. You know, when you're using imagination over here to visualize what you want, overcoming doubt and making it a prosperous reality, like that is manifestation. So that's what's going on with over here with harness mystic power. I feel like the message here for you is don't underestimate yourself. I feel like you're a very powerful manifester. And so where you direct your gaze is what will materialize. So she's not looking in the direction of doubt. She's looking straight forward into the future, into the unknown, trusting that she will be prosperous. Beautiful. You do have a lot of divine inspiration over here. You might find yourself in church this year, if that is something that resonates for you, or in temple, or in some type of holy sacred site. It could even be outdoors, some type of memorial site or commemoration. I just feel at least one point in the year, at one point in the year, I'm seeing you in a sacred site. And I feel like you're going to get a lot of downloads this year as well. It could even be like big time realizations. So for example, if you've been in therapy for a long time for something and you've been working on it, and suddenly just boom, it hits you like a bolt of lightning. Oh my gosh, that's what's going on. It just happens. Things like that are going to be clicking for you this year. I don't think I mentioned this, but 2023 is a number 7 year. So that is a year to really reground and reintegrate your spiritual practice, or even religious practice in your case. I feel like that might also resonate for you. If not, no worries, just let that go. That was for somebody else who chose group number 1. Yeah, I feel like you might be an angel kind of person as well. So if that is you, definitely take a look at the white feathers that you will start to see throughout the year, is what I just heard. Okay. So let's get some divine abundance for you. So what beautiful things does group number 1 have to look forward to? I mean, letting go of doubt, welcoming in prosperity, manifesting your dreams, maybe even meeting someone. There's an opportunity here. I mean, it's already amazing. Let's amp it up one more notch. Oh, we have divine love, and there is the wing imagery again. That's very significant for you this year. I'm also hearing something about east. So I don't know if you might be traveling in an eastern direction or if you like live on the east coast, or just something about the direction of the east is significant. Yeah. I almost said something else, but they just said, that's it. Just let that lie. Okay. Letting go of loss. Beautiful. I love that for you. It might, oh, you know what? The way they had me place that over the Hierophant, it feels like they are acknowledging the loss of a relationship. This feels like it's from a significant amount of time ago, but it is hard. It's like causing you to harbor a little bit of doubt with this message, like, well, I don't know if love would really be a good idea, or I don't know if I want to get back into that. I don't know if I'm super interested. Okay. So Spirit is saying, if this is something that you want, remember, the universe wants to co-create with you. You're not just like given things that you're like, I don't know. So you still have the choice at the end of the day. There is going to be someone who's kind of like a soulmate, someone who's kind of like a twin flame kind of energy that will cross your path this year. Whether or not you would like to engage with them, that is up to you. But someone on your spirit team wants to acknowledge the loss that you've endured and would love to see you imagine a future where you do not have to worry about history repeating itself. And if you're already in a happy, committed relationship, this could just be a message that you are finally able to leave behind a cycle, like a repetitive type of argument that keeps coming up. That's truly gone in this year. All right, let's get one more for you, group number 1. And we have freedom. I mean, prosperity, freedom, processing loss, leaving that in the past, making room for divine love. I no longer want this fiery ring of resentment to block the good. Release me from its bonds. For you, that is doubt. Beautiful soul. That would be doubt. That is what you are free from in this new year. Oh my gosh, this is so exciting. You have to let me know in the comments if this does resonate, if you're anticipating a lot of prosperity, because whatever you've invested is paying dividends, okay? So I love to see that. Thank you so much for stopping by and for spending time on, setting up the new year with me and Spirit. It's been a pleasure. I've absolutely loved connecting to your energy. You feel very playful to me, which I'm a big fan of. I'm a Sagittarius. But anyway, that was your message. Those were your messages if you chose group number 1 with the Amazonite heart, as far as what 2023 has in store for you. I'm sending you tons of love and light, and I will see you next time. All right, let's get started. I don't know why I just started singing with group number 2. If you chose the adorable wooden bowl that was gifted to me by a dear friend, let's go ahead and get your messages about what 2023 has in store for you. We'll start with an overall theme and we will build out from there. Group number 1's was incredible. I'm so excited to see what yours is, group number 2. So let's get into it. Oh, confidence. Number 32. By earth and air, water and fire, let my confidence take light, burn higher. Ooh, that feels powerful. That feels like sensual. Like I feel like you are getting back in touch with your sacral center in a way that you haven't in a long time. So that could be creative expression, sexual expression, new connections that either haven't been in your reality in a while, or just at a different like height or depth. It feels like it's way more intense. It's much more vibrant this year. Very vivacious kind of energy that I'm getting. And I would love to take a look at what lessons you are leaving behind in 2022. So that will kind of give me a lens to look at this confidence through, help us understand where you're coming from, and clarify where you're going. So, what lessons has group number 2 already taken care of in 2022? Oh, so first we have perseverance. I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. All right. Oh, okay. All right, we'll take both of those. I love how these came out together. So of course we have imagination. I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. Oh, and confidence. We already talked about creativity just a little bit. Underneath that though, you'll see that we had fear. I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. Absolutely. So I feel like in the last year, definitely, since we're talking about the sacral center, that houses our fight, flight, or freeze reflex. So I feel like that was activated for you for last year. So you might have found yourself in a situation where you really had to scramble and like figure out something big, like how am I going to get money? Where am I going to work? Where am I going to live? Who am I going to be with? It just feels like there was a scramble that happened last year. You really had to work very, very hard and overcome a lot of fear. And now you are able to use the energy in this center that was being spent on your fight, flight, or freeze reflexes, trying to figure out how to survive. You were kind of like in survival mode last year, I'm feeling. But now this year, this center can be used for other things. It can be activated for other things. So the creative aspect of the sacral center, it can also fuel relationships, love, passion, what you really want to do in this life, a feeling of fulfillment. You're truly able to imagine exactly what you want to bring into your reality for this year. So that is so wonderful to hear and see. You absolutely deserve that. After everything that you went through in 2022. So 2023 is going to be a much, much better year for you. And also, you're going to be able to integrate the things that you went through last year in a way that helps you build your self-confidence. You feel so self-assured to me. So it could be, for example, this is just coming up, if you had to figure something out with insurance companies last year. This year, if anything, if anybody even looks at an insurance policy, you're like, what do you need to know? I can call them for you. What's going on? I can help you. It's like you're suddenly an expert. You know what I mean? So I love that for you. That is such just like a joyous way to integrate what happened to you last year, which I just feel like you overcame a lot. You overcame a lot. You worked really, really hard. So let's see what type of dynamic you will be dealing with this year, group number 2. So embodying confidence this year. You might even be working on like a new healthy routine, a workout, looking at nourishing your body, what you're putting into it, getting sleep. It just feels like you're like going through the year more confident than you've ever been. And then by the time you end the year, you're like on cloud 9. Right. group 2. We have for you the 10 of Swords. Yeah, I feel like that's an acknowledgement of what you have already persevered through. Then we have the Knight of Coins, much more stable, steady energy for the year. The Ace of Swords, seeing the truth of the situation, of what really happened last year, and that, it did look like that something needed to be left behind with the Ace of Swords. You might have had to cut ties with someone or something or some kind of situation. So it looks like you've either left like a job, a relationship, or even a place that you lived because you just were not being honored there. And so in this year, Spirit is acknowledging we're making slow, steady progress with you because last year was a lot. And we want you to have a lot, but like in a different way. You know what I mean? Not like an overwhelming amount of stuff to process mentally and emotionally, but we want you to prosper. We want you to feel good about yourself and the life that we're co-creating with you. And then we have the Knight of Cups. So we have 2 different knights here. This is kind of similar to group number 1's reading. So if you were torn between those two, I would definitely recommend going on back and watching that one as well. So let me clarify right away. I'm seeing a couple different scenarios here between these knights. I feel this is you, the Knight of Coins. So let's clarify the Knight of Cups. So why is the Knight of Cups in this reading? There's definitely truth between you. This is a peer, so this would be someone who is similar in age or experience to you. Knight of Cups, group number 2. Oh, and we have the 3 of Coins. Okay, so the 3 of Coins is about like learning, collaborating, studying something new, taking up a new skill. So Spirit wants to talk about someone who maybe like if you've gotten a new job and you've started training in this new year, it feels like you're either getting to know someone on your team better who is your peer, or you're meeting someone new who is your peer. And there's a lot of truth that is shared between you. So let's break down what that could mean. Also, some clues about who this could be. You over here are feeling very earthy, very reliable, logical, stable, loving, enduring, loyal. You're just in this beautiful, vibrant, but steady, slow, steady energy coming into the year. The person who is your peer is the Knight of Cups. So this person would be a little dreamier in nature. This is someone who's very compassionate and loving and romantic. So if this is a love interest, they would definitely woo you, make a lot of effort to get your attention and express openly how they feel about you. If this is a friend or like a colleague or something like that, this is someone who would confide in you their true feelings. It's not going to be a secret how this person is feeling, and they want to be compassionate towards you as well. So back to what we channeled initially, there's going to be a lot of truth between you two. It's like you are a safe place for each other in this environment. For some of you, I'm really getting work. So if this is work, it feels like you can have lunch together and you can really talk about what happened during training and how I didn't get that and what's going on and why is there drama around these people in the department? What do we do? Like, this is someone you can truly trust with your heart and your mind and your work. So you're either going to have a work bestie. That's one scenario I'm picking up on here, or someone could approach you throughout the year, someone who has done something similar to you, so maybe someone in your field, and I feel like they may give you a love offer. The Knight of Cups is very romantic, so it could be that there is just this spark between you two, just this aha moment when you see them, that they are a break from the cycle. So if you're coming out of a tumultuous relationship history, this person would be very, very different. Either way, whatever the scenario is, this is an amazing person who is going to be along the ride, on for the ride for your 2023. So I love that. We love companionship. Let's take a look at what type of guidance you will have with you through the year. So this would be angels and ancestors. As they said for group number 1, spirit guides are also reminding me that there are signs and synchronicities in the imagery of these cards that will kind of point you through, or kind of give you check marks through the year. Like, oh yeah, there's my symbol. That's right. My guidance is with me. So for group number 2, who will be with them through the year? What type of guiding energies will be around them? Oh, we have Knight, be brave and honest. So we have Knights 3 times in this reading. That's very significant. And from 2 different decks. Okay, oh, we had another one that flipped over. And we have Star Ancestor, follow the voice of your soul. There's some kind of theme that's coming up for you, group number 2, that has to do with people your age, people who are your peers, your contemporaries. If you're an entrepreneur, we're looking at other entrepreneurs. So I feel like maybe typically you don't connect with people who are your same age, so maybe either younger or older, but this year is about the people who are your age. And there's something about that is, it feels a little uncomfortable, honestly. So I'll be a little vulnerable and share something about myself. I grew up an only child, so I learned at a very young age how to get along with adults and people who are much older than me. That is something I naturally did for a long time. Getting to know and connecting with people who were my age, that it took a little bit longer, like, the dynamics of being teased in a group, and I'm super blunt, so what's too much to say, what's appropriate to say. So it feels like you might be navigating some of that this year. It could be that you worked remotely or from home for a long time, and now you are back around people who are doing what you are doing. But I want to stress that this is building confidence in you. This bestie or this new partner that's coming in, big confidence boost. And then being around people who are your peers just helps you feel more secure, which I feel like is not your typical reaction. So that's a beautiful shift. Very specific message. So you'll have to let me know if that resonates in the comments. Definitely a lot about being honest and following the voice of your soul as well. So it could be that part of this year is having to do with taking a leap of faith that maybe you found challenging in the past. So there could be this inner calling that's on top of your day job. Maybe you want to create art, or music, or some type of spiritual service, or something else entirely. I don't know, but it just feels like you've been longing to, you're just getting this calling to do something else, to start exploring something else. And this year I feel like you will do it, because we have the Ace of Swords here, and then the Knight, being brave and honest, is holding the sword, and then there's 2 other knights here. So definitely repeating imagery of knights and swords. Those are significant for you. And if you resonate with angel energy, Archangel Michael will be with you for the year. But yeah, I feel like a lot of this year is just, there's space for you to relax more and be yourself. Again, last year, you you were in survival mode. You had a lot to take care of. You had to kind of save yourself from something. So this year, it feels much safer, and like you have the time and resources to be creative in many different ways. Beautiful. Okay. So let's finish out your reading, group number 2, with some divine abundance. I mean, this is already looking incredible, but let's amp it up even more. So for group number 2's 2023, what divine abundance do they have to look forward to, Spirit? We have individuality. Oh. So much in this reading about like going your own way. I'm definitely getting that message very clearly for you. It could be that you have been dreaming of something that you've never seen somebody else do, like starting a business or taking a huge trip. There is a little bit over here about traveling as well. I definitely see that travel is possible for you this year. So if that is what you want to do, have the confidence to do it. You can do it, and you are deserving of travel. I know it's something that can be easy to put off, but it really can be enriching. And I feel like your soul is longing for that, especially after last year. So I feel like the beginning of 2023 is going to have a little bit of recovery for you. We also have divine source. Beautiful. And I feel like we have one more. Right now. Okay, yes, that's definitely a final acknowledgement. I know that the Spirit has kind of repeated some of these messages to you, so thank you for your patience with that. Sometimes they really just want to hammer it home. But right now is definitely a confirmation of the message of the fight, flight, or freeze, the survival year that was 2022 for you. So this year, you're able to be way more present, to focus on you and what you truly want. And I mean, divine source is just hanging out here for you. It is so accessible. You have imagination and divine source together, and star ancestor. So you definitely have people who are in spirit, beings, angels, whatever you resonate with. There are many supporters for you that are around you. All right. I also feel like, there's something with the back, with your back. So if that's something that you've been putting off, please do take care of your back, whether that is just going to the doctor, going to get a massage, going to a chiropractor, like whatever method works for you, acupuncture, whatever works for you. I will stop naming examples. There's definitely something with the back that needs to be addressed if you are feeling that in the moment of this reading. I just want to stress that's not a warning if you're not feeling it in the moment of watching this reading, but if you're watching this reading and your back is hurting, I'm talking to you. All right. And I love how that says confidence right now. Awesome. Yeah, that's amazing. And I also feel like confidence is part of divine source. So, I mean, you're really going to be channeling divine energy this year, and just you'll be so radiant as well. So just be aware, people are definitely going to be seeing you and wanting to be in your energy. So that's always helpful to know. Okay, beautiful. Okay, so those were your messages. If you chose group with number 2 with the beautiful little wooden bowl, thank you so much for watching. I'm sending you tons of love and light, and I will see you next time. All right, let's get started with group number 3. If you chose the metal heart with the sweet necklace here, let's get your messages for what 2023 has in store for you. We're going to get started with a theme here, just like the general energy of what to expect, what you're going to be sitting with, and then we will break it down from there. So for you, group number 3, we have passion number 11. Rise, passion, rise up high, inflame my purpose, reach the sky. Ooh, okay. With this number 11, you could be focused on a partnership, on romantic love, or even just soulmate type of connections. I also feel like divine order is important to you as well. So you might be looking at beautifying your space, decorating. I'm definitely getting like a Venusian energy. So Taurus might be a significant sign to you or around you, or even the season of Taurus. So, wow, I'm connecting to your energy group number 3, and it's just like, boom, messages are coming out fast. So let me go ahead before we get too far in. I would love to see what types of lessons you have integrated from last year. That gives me a good idea, or a better idea, of where you are coming from and where you are going. So what lessons has group number 3 already taken care of in 2022? All right. Group number 3. We have freedom. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. And that's a beautiful card. Oh, we have regret. I know that I cannot change the past. So you freed yourself from your past last year. This could be integrating the loss of a person, a loved one, or even like a relationship. But it feels like there was something going on in the past. It probably had to do with passion, so like relationships. Yeah, I feel like this is probably having to do with relationships. That's been a huge theme across all 3 groups, so that must be a universal theme at the moment. But there's something that happened last year that allowed you to close a chapter of your life that maybe wasn't your favorite. I feel like regret is not a word you would typically use, but it's more the affirmation underneath. I know that I cannot change the past. It's like, yeah, I did have this pattern. I did go through this, but that's not something that I have to carry anymore. It's gone. I can set it down and I can really leave it in the past because I want something new. I am deserving of passion. I'm deserving of love. I have a lot to give and I'm ready for it in this year. Wow, you must have really clarified your intentions for this because this is just crystal clear for me. And I will just say, if that's not resonating for you, I would definitely go back to groups 1 or 2, because this is coming in fast and clear. So let's see what type of dynamic you will be dealing with in the year of 2023. Again, this is pretty high level. So if you are wanting a very specific, like month by month, what to expect all within the same reading, we could definitely do a one-on-one. That is something I offer. And of course, you have the Empress coming out first. Divine Feminine. Very fertile, attractive energy. Venusian energy. Again, I think I did already mention to you that the season of Taurus could be significant. So that's coming in again. Wow. We have the World. Beautiful. Yeah, I feel like there was some kind of something with an X that was released last year. So either you worked on yourself and you're able to just totally move past it, like, oh yeah, I haven't even thought of that person in a long time. Or something very physical happened, like some kind of ceremony or something like that. Yeah, to kind of bring it full circle and set you free. Oh my gosh, we have the Lovers. Whoa. I mean, how much clearer could this message get? This is your year for love, group number 3. This is your year. And we have the Ace of Coins. This is the second time this card has made an appearance this evening. Okay. Interesting. So they're drawing my attention over here to the Ace of Coins over the Regret card. I feel like there was some kind of, maybe that was the karmic tie in previous relationships, was something to do with money. So either it could have been the argument was always about money, or the lack mindset, or you could have felt that you had to stay in certain situations because it offered financial stability, or you offered financial stability to someone else. Either way, it did create a very karmic dynamic that doesn't feel the best, but Spirit is here to let you know, the universe, your guardian angels, ancestors, everybody is here to let you know that is totally normal. It's not that you had a fixation on it. It's not that you did anything wrong. You did not. It just feels like this was part of what you were meant to explore in this lifetime. Yeah, just the dynamic of finances within romantic relationships. And that is not something that they want you to regret. Yeah, so again, they're just affirming that, you know, we acknowledge that you cannot change the past. We hope that you do as well and free yourself from this idea. All of this is to say, I feel like they're saying there's no need to repeat that, and let's not repeat it. So if you find yourself tangled up in some kind of situation where like somebody might be asking for money or showering you with money, maybe take another look at that just to make sure that the energy is balanced. It's not necessarily a red flag, but just an invitation for a closer look. Anyway, in the middle, we have the World and the Lovers. So I feel like you have been telling the universe for a long time, this is what I want. This is what I want. And this year, it looks like your energy is aligning to that. Wow. And you have 3 major arcana out of the 4 cards that we drew. So this is a huge year for you. This is definitely the biggest reading that we have done out of all of the groups, I have to say. You have the most major arcana. So we have you, totally freeing yourself from your past, showing up bright, shiny, and new for the year in your divine femininity as the Empress. You're embracing the world. This is a huge cycle wrapping up, signaling the beginning of a new one. And on this particular card, we have a couple. And then right next to it, we have the Lovers. So again, wrapping up an old chapter of your romantic history last year and getting ready to start a new one this year. All right. So let's take a look at what type of guidance will be around you for the year. Spirit would like me to advise. Why didn't they have me say this at the beginning of? Anyway, Spirit would like me to let you know that some of these cards will have signs and symbols, wow, for you that will kind of help guide you through the year. And those are your guides already showing up. So first out, we have direction guide, choose your path. I feel like you are saying right now, I don't want to choose. I want the universe to choose. I want God to choose. I want Spirit to choose this person for me. Oh, which I can relate to that. That's funny. Okay, and then we also have the Stag, trust and thrive. So this is divine masculinity for me. Also, father energy could be significant here. So it could be that the person you meet, you realize that your dad either does really like them, they're very similar, or if your father is in spirit, it might occur to you, oh, he would really love this person. So that's a beautiful, tender kind of message that just came through. As far as symbols for you, there is an eye in the middle of that compass. So your third eye seems to be significant this year. You could see symbols like eyes on things, a sign to let you know that your guidance is around you, as well as wings. There's not like individual feathers, like wings. I'm definitely seeing that for you. So it feels like we're moving in a new direction romantically. So again, we've acknowledged that this past, that we're leaving it behind. There was kind of a karmic lesson there, but we're ready to not do that again. And so you're choosing a new direction. And it could, if your father is in spirit, I feel like he's showing up and saying, hey, I would like to help with this. So if you are open to that, if that feels good to you, of course you could just welcome him into your reality for the year, because his energy's hanging around you with this particular subject. Okay, alrighty. I am going to go ahead and get some divine abundance on the table for you. I mean, it's just so clear that there's not a whole lot else to say. But sometimes I like that in a reading, and I hope you do too if you chose this pile. So let's see what other pieces of divine abundance you have to look forward to this year. So for group number 3, divine abundance. I mean, obviously we're looking at passion. Obviously we're looking at love. Something new in love, not repeating the same old cycles, choosing a new direction. Ooh, I am getting a clarifying message on the father. So it feels like there's some kind of lesson tied to the father. So it could be a lesson that the father has already learned. They want to help you sidestep that. They don't want you to go through the same exact thing that they did. There's some kind of similarity here, or you might just find yourself with somebody who has a personality like the father did or does. Okay, divine abundance for group number 3. Okay, that flash, we will take that. We have letting go. Absolutely. I feel like that will go right there. What else? We have grounded. And I feel like there's one more for you, my dear group number 3. Whoa! Oh my gosh. We have sanctity. Okay. So for some of you, I feel like this has to do with marriage, or like your belief around marriage. So you could find that it's either one or the other. Like you used to not have a lot of structure in that part of your belief system, and now you will in this year. Or you used to have a lot of structure, like a lot of rules that you had to follow, and this year maybe you're doing things differently. A big shift there. Either way, it feels like you are much closer to, it's like you're aligning with your true moral compass. Do you know what I mean? So it's not just like a belief system that someone taught you, it's like your system. Oh, beautiful. Wow. Yeah, so it's not just passionate about a person, but it's, caring about what you believe and what you do and how those things work together. And I feel like you're really grounding that into reality. It's really an echo of who you are and really how you're able to access such a depth of love to offer other people has to do with your moral compass. So there's some piece of that will be revealed in this year as well. And then, of course, letting go. I mean, again, Spirit's just giving you a standing ovation for freeing yourself from the past, and, agreeing to not have to repeat the karmic cycles that have happened in other relationships. So, what a beautiful year coming for you, a year of love. Group number 3, those were your messages. If you chose the metal heart with this necklace, thank you so much for watching. I'm sending you tons of love and light. I hope you're having a wonderful start to your new year, and I will see you very, very, very soon. Take care.